If it's my dick, it's my dick. Like, I don't share, I don't play. Fine wine and dine on a budget. Make the hoo-ha smell fresh. Little signs here and there, like winking. And when you decide that it doesn't work for you anymore, you can throw up the deuces and head on out. Hello everyone, welcome back for another video. I'm so freaking excited for today's video. I don't know why, but I love answering your guys' personal questions. Like, it feels like I'm connecting with you. We're having a girl chat, we're having a one-on-one. I just love it. Like, I live for it. And I feel like I always get some pretty good questions out of you guys, and hopefully I answer questions that I've never answered before. But if I am answering similar questions, pretend like I didn't. So sorry about like the lighting situation. It is very cloudy out today. But I put on my brightest outfit because baby, I'm a star. I went to Beyonce the other day. I had the most amazing time. I'm so motivated and happy, and I just can't wait to answer your guys' questions. Like, I love you guys so much. I also wanted to shout out that I'm rebranding my consulting and coaching business. So if you don't already know this, I've been doing one-on-one consulting sessions for about 3 months now. I've been obsessed with talking to you guys, and it's been a pretty well-oiled machine for me not having like a website or anything, but I'm kind of rebranding and doing some more things. So head over to my Instagram if you guys want to know more and you want to have a one-on-one with me. They're pretty affordable and you get a lot out of the session. Like, I have a lot of testimonials. You can check my highlights on Instagram. I made people write them if they felt like they really loved their session. But yeah, guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. This is pretty much a free consulting session because I'm answering your questions from Instagram that I haven't even looked at, haven't even glanced at them. So this is going to be my raw reaction right off the bat. Love you guys so much. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you like these types of videos from me. Subscribe. We are so close to 600K. And thank you so much to Green Chef for sponsoring today's video. And yeah, let's just get into today's topic. You guys should already know by now that we're about to be doing a Green Chef video. I love Green Chef so much, and if you haven't already seen me talk about them, well, today's your lucky day. Green Chef is a CCOF certified organic company that essentially has the most amazing meals for you to cook in your home in pretty much under 30 minutes. Like, it never takes me longer than that to cook, so it's really good with my lifestyle. They have different types of diets, or I guess just food lifestyle choices that you can choose from, like fast and fit, Mediterranean, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, paleo, the list goes on. And it's just such a great company tailored to you and what you like, which I think is wonderful. I've been doing the vegetarian one for some time now. I made the most delicious dinner last night. Like, when I tell you, ooh, it was so good. I actually had the other meal, because I get meals for two. I had the other meal for lunch today and I was so satiated. Like, there's nothing better than having a meal that completely keeps you like full and good for the next meal that you're going to have in hours from now. Like, I love to just eat something healthy, something quick, something that feels like gourmet and delicious, which is pretty much what I made last night. It was like a tofu situation with peanut sauce and rice and green beans and Swiss chard. It was just so delicious. Like, I really enjoyed my meal thoroughly. And it felt very like home cooked vibes, but kind of like a restaurant. It's like the combination of both, because restaurants to me sometimes are a little bit too greasy. So it kind of had like the gourmet vibe of a restaurant without the grease, the too much salt, and like that weighing down feeling that you get when you eat out. This is a great way for you guys to introduce cooking into your life. Whether you're a couple or a single, you guys are going to love Green Chef. I think it's just a wonderful way to get your toes wet in cooking. I love to make food at home. I get 3 meals a week. It's just so wonderful. I feel like incredible. It's essentially 6 meals for me total because it's just me that lives here. And it's just such a wonderful company. I've been working with them for so long now, and I can't stress enough how much I love their company. It's just so organic. It's comforting, it's healthy, I feel good, and I'm really just so in love with the company. I'm actually going to the gym in a little bit, but I decided I was gonna make a Green Chef meal again before I go because it's just going to be light enough that I'll be able to work out afterwards, which I love. So I wanted to at least give them the shout outs. I love them so much, and if you guys want more details on how to get your Green Chef, I will leave the link down below in the description box. Use my code Haley50 for 50% off plus free shipping at greenchef.com. Yeah, guys, you're going to love it. Thank you so much, and yeah, let's just get back into the video. First question. I moved away from home and I've lost all motivation to carry on, but going back is not an option for me. Well, it seems like going back is not an option for you. You've already established that. So essentially what you need to do is motivate yourself by creating maybe a new schedule, some discipline, allow yourself to just relax. We don't always have to be so perfect and so motivated all the time. We go through our peaks and valleys in life, and sometimes we just need to take a beat. Every time I'm feeling stuck or unhappy or just in a rut, I always say to myself, let me just take a beat, see how I feel in a couple days, and then reevaluate the situation. You need to just relax, enjoy life. I know that it can be a little bit difficult in the times of, our country and our world right now. It's just very expensive to live. It's hard to live. There's not always a sense of community and support, but you need to give yourself that self-love and support and do things that make you feel full and whole. And eventually with time, you're going to feel better about your decision. My boyfriend said that his fantasy is to have a threesome, and I'm definitely not okay with it. Honestly, babe, me either. I've never had a threesome in my entire life. It's not my thing. Like, if it's my dick, it's my dick. Like, I don't share, I don't play, it's mine. Like, I just don't like it. I have met people who have done it. Some people it works for them. Some people it really doesn't, and it caused a huge rift in their relationship. So maybe share with your partner, like, hey, like, I know people who have done it and it did not work out for them, and that's just not my thing. And hopefully he's okay with it. But if he keeps pushing the issue, you guys are going to have a problem on your hands, because respect, loyalty, trust, and being able to respect each other's life choices, boundaries, morals, and all of that are important in a relationship. And if you don't respect each other's like decisions in that, then it can cause an issue. The best way to get over someone who's already moved on. When you are dating, and let's just say you're going through a breakup, their feelings literally do not matter. It's your journey to go through. So I always hear people say things like, did he even really love me? It's like, it doesn't matter, babe. You loved him. That's what matters. It doesn't matter if he ever really loved you, or if he really ever cared, or if it was even real, and you're dissecting everything about that person, but it was real for you. You cared. So I really want you to take that aspect out of it. Now, how to get over someone, you just do. You take the initiative, the action, you move on, you date other people, you pour back into yourself, you hang out with your friends and family, you start working out, do things for yourself, and one day you're gonna wake up and it's just not gonna hurt as bad. It's not necessarily time that heals the wounds, it's what you do with the time. So make sure that you're super intentional in what you choose to do with your time. If you sob about it in bed, like I let myself have, well, okay, back in the day, I would give myself about a month to be sad. Now at this age, I really only need a couple days. So I allow myself to be sad for a couple days. I don't like try to date other people immediately, because I find that to be a little dumb for me personally, because it just doesn't work for me, because I'm thinking about the other person the entire time and it just doesn't make me feel better. But I allow myself to just talk about it a lot with my friends, maybe even talk to a therapist about it, my family, and then I'm done. Then it's done, it's over, and I moved on. And I really do believe that it works like that for me. And the more that I start loving myself and caring about myself, the less that I don't know how to describe it. Like, the less that I truly care when something doesn't work out with someone else. Like, yes, I'm sad for a moment, but if you're not my person, you're not my person. I'm not going to like stress the issue. So that's kind of how I've been living. And I hope that with time, you can also kind of teach yourself that, because you don't want to be in a Summer Walker situation, child. Like, that is not the vibe. What would you do if you were in a 10-month situationship and he surprised you with a baby? Number one, I would never be in a 10-month situationship. I wouldn't even be in a 1-month situationship. I do not believe in situationships because of this exact reason. They are out here having babies on you, and I just am not interested. For me personally, like, I really am at that age, and this is no shade to anyone, because everyone's journey is different. There was a time when I was 22 or 24 and I wasn't thinking this way. But at my age of 26, if you are not my husband, I really don't have interest in even really dating you. So we're either dating and just like you're courting me, or you're my boyfriend. There's no in between. There's no situationship. There's no friends with benefits. There's no I don't know. It's either we're courting and dating and getting to know each other, or we're boyfriend and girlfriend exclusive. That's it. And this is why. If I found out that the guy that I was sleeping with for 10 months had a baby on me, girl, he would never hear from me again. and go be a dad. Like literally, like I am so sick of men being like, but babe, like no, go be a father. Like go be a dad. Like that kid needs you. Bye. How do you downgrade financially but still enjoy some nice things? Nice things don't have to be expensive, and it's all about the mindset and the experiences that you give yourself. I used to be friends with someone who was like a professional finesser who she would be able to do everything and anything on a budget but make it look good. Fashion you can do on a budget, jewelry you can do on a budget, home decor from Amazon, you can even fine wine and dine on a budget, using Groupons and things like that. And there's always a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. You just need to know how to finesse. You need to know how to, maybe even network with certain people, meet certain men that can take you out. Let's just say, you're trying to go on dates, but you don't got the money for it, girl. You shouldn't even be paying. Like, that's really where I'm at with that. So find a way to essentially do things on a budget that can give you a really great experience. Like there is ways to do it. You can go to beautiful parks. I have an entire video on luxury mindset, but on a budget. I will link it down below in the description box. How to come across as confident, but not cocky. I think that there is a big difference between confidence and cockiness, because cockiness is kind of like rubbing it in. It's like being obnoxious, where confidence is more quiet. I really do believe like arrogance and cockiness is very loud and it's annoying, and then confidence is quiet and it's present, it's there, and it's all about the way you carry yourself. So if you're a confident person, you carry yourself with poise and grace and class, you speak a certain way, you handle yourself well. And when you're cocky, you're always trying to sell something to someone because you feel like they don't believe you. That is not what confidence is about. I don't care whether you think I'm confident or not if I am, because that is confidence. You just feel that way because you know you're that way. Cockiness is you're trying to sell it. So stop trying to sell who you are to people and stop being obnoxious about it. And let's just say somebody calls you cocky, but you're really embodying confidence. Well, they're just insecure and that's not your problem. Foods to eat to make the hoo-ha smell fresh. For me personally, it's always been fruits and vegetables, cucumber, pineapple, lots of water, oranges, anything that is just citrusy and water, like more water-based, watermelon, like things like that will definitely freshen up down there. But of course, like your body naturally just kind of is more receptive to healthier things. So, and also pay attention to what doesn't agree with your body. Like certain people's hormones and body just doesn't react well to certain foods, like sometimes onions or garlic or different leafy greens, like those can maybe make you smell. So just pay attention to things that make you smell, and then also pay attention to the things that make you smell like nothing. I wouldn't sit here and say when I eat a cucumber, I'm smelling delicious. It's that I smell like literally nothing. And the poussey is on water, if you know what I'm saying. What is the most important thing you did that you felt like changed your life? For me personally, it was acceptance. I feel like a lot of the times we are striving to be something else, be somewhere else. We're unhappy with our present. And I have learned that acceptance and just taking a beat and reflecting on all of the things that I really do have and all of the things that I can do with what I have has always helped me get to where I needed to get in life. I always thought I needed more to have more. And the truth is, everything I've ever needed has always been with me. And the acceptance of just myself, who I am, and using that to my advantage has always guided me in the right direction in life. I use all of my amazing qualities and just spread them all over. And it's really important to me that I continue to stay grounded in who I am and accepting in who I am. And I never change, because whenever I try to change, it's not sustainable. I don't like who I am when I'm a different person. Should you leave your man when he loses his job? I don't think so. It's really about how a man handles it. Is this man a go-getter, and is he ambitious? Is he planning on getting another job? Is it important to him to make sure that he has a source of income? It's really not about the fact that he lost the job that's the issue. It's how he handles the loss of the job. Is he sulking in it, sitting down, not really eager to do anything with this information, or is he trying his best to get a different position? You shouldn't leave someone because they lost something. That's not necessarily a reason to leave, but it's how they handle the loss that I think would be, something that would bring an antenna up. So just make sure that you're not leaving a person because of a circumstance, but more so of who they are as a person, character-wise and morality-wise, and when it pertains to like how they act when things are taken from them. Because I really do believe in the art of pivoting. Like there have been plenty of failures that have happened in my life, but I just pivoted in a different direction and made my life better. Is he doing that? And if he is, stick by his side, girl. Like, you can't just, leave somebody just because of circumstances in life. Like, it's really hard to keep a job out here on these streets. And it's really just about being with someone who respects you, loves you, cares about you, and wants to do better for himself, in my opinion. How to get a shy guy to talk to you if you can't approach guys first. So I have dated many shy guys, and I'll say this. A shy man is shy until he sees the woman that he wants to be with, and then he's not so shy. So if he wants you, babe, he will approach you, I promise. I've dated many men who have not only been socially awkward, but just shy. And when they saw me, that all went out the window, and it is what it is. Like, their body takes over. Men, it's like their primal instinct to pursue. So allow them to do that. I mean, of course, you can throw like little signs here and there, like winking or smiling or just kind of showing interest with your body language, but never approach, never try to go for it yourself. Like, that's not our job as a woman. Let a man, pursue you. But yeah, like, trust me when I tell you, shy men do approach and pursue when they want. Trust and believe. Reconciling with old friends, is it worth it? So I definitely think that it can be, depending on how the friendship ended. If it was just because y'all went to college, or, one got a boyfriend, the other one didn't, and you guys kind of went on your way, then that's fine. But it really depends on the circumstance as to what happened. If this person, you didn't like their character in the end, you felt like there was something off about them, they were gossipy, mean, or, just not a good person, then I would say be hesitant. I know people can change, but if I'm being honest, most people really don't change their core values and who they are. So definitely be mindful of that. But I'm not going to sit here and say that you can't reconcile with an old friend. I've done it. I have a friend that I was really close with when I was younger, and her and I just, she went in the military, I stayed in Jersey, and we've reconciled, 10 plus years later, and we're still great friends, and I love her to death. So it really it depends on the situation. I do believe that it can be a beautiful outcome depending on how the friendship ended. But that's the key indicator, is how did the friendship end? And are you okay with putting the things aside of how it ended? Let's just say it went bad. Are you able to put those things aside, or is it going to bother you every time you're with this person? How to stop regretting wasting my early 20s on a man that never cared for me. I talked about this earlier. It is not your responsibility to get people to care about you. It was your responsibility to care about them, and that's what meant something to you in that moment. So I don't want you to harp on the fact that somebody didn't care about you. Now, I understand why it's bothersome to you that you spent a chunk of your life with a person that you feel like didn't love you. I can understand how that's frustrating. But instead of obsessing over why, think about the lesson you learned in it. You won't put all your eggs in one basket again. You won't give away a part of you so much to where you lose yourself. You won't settle. You won't, there's a lot of things that you can learn from that experience. And I much rather, instead of being angry about the past, I'd rather be reflective of the past and apply it into my future and into my present. So I think it's important that instead of harping on the fact that you wasted your 20s on them, say, you know what? I'm glad that I got that out of the way then, because I'll never do that again. And now I can spend the rest of my life being smart, not settling, and having some sort of discernment in my life so that I don't make that mistake again. Knowing when to leave a relationship, your deal breakers, except for cheating. So it really just depends on who you are. For me personally, when me and a person no longer have anything in common and worth fighting for, I really just don't feel the need to stay. It also can have to do with generosity. Like, does this person consider me in any of their decisions? Do they care about integrating me into their life? Do they ask me about myself, or is everything all about them? This is something to really consider. And sometimes in life, things don't have to be very grand to leave a relationship. You can genuinely just feel like you don't click with someone anymore and you don't want to continue the relationship. And that is a valid enough reason to go. You have to stop looking for huge things that need to happen in order for you to leave, especially if you're unhappy. If you're unhappy, that's an answer. I always like to wait until I genuinely feel like, okay, I'm genuinely unhappy. I'm not, this isn't conducive for me anymore, and I want to go. And that's when I leave. And you have to start doing that same thing for yourself and really trust your gut instinct and what your body is telling you, because that will be the first moment. If you even have to ask the question, for the most part, you are considering it. So it could be a multitude of things. Everybody has different deal breakers in their relationship. What I tolerate, you may not, and what you tolerate, I may not. That is up for you to decide. But that is literally up for you. And when you decide that it doesn't work for you anymore, you can throw up the deuces and head on out. And honestly, that is your prerogative. When your ex does everything you asked for with his new girl instead, well, the truth is it's because he wants to do it for her and not for you. And that's what it comes down to. A lot of the times we have such a big ego when it comes to dating. And I've learned to start saying things like, he just didn't like me. He just didn't really like me that much, or I wasn't his dream girl, or I wasn't the person that he wanted to be with. That's okay. I don't have like these fake, like emotions with myself where I'm like, why would he like there's no, if he wanted to, he would, and he didn't for you, and he did for her. It is as simple and cut and dry as that. And yes, it is hurtful. It is, because you're like, oh my God, the amount of, me trying to like pull this out of this person, but they just didn't want to. And that is why they didn't. And a lot of men will tell you like, yeah, there's certain girls that I'll do things for and certain girls I won't. Like I went out with a guy who told me after we started dating that he knew I was the kind of girl that goes on like more fancier dates, but he would take other girls on coffee dates. And now imagine one of those girls knows that him and I went out and probably said, oh my God, like he took her to, that place, but he wouldn't even take me there. He took me there because he knows that that's where I wanted to go. And that's what he wanted to do for me at the time. Depends on who you are and what you're dealing with and who you're dealing with. And that's just how men are. Tips on quarter life crisis and turning 25. So I just turned 26. I'm out of my quarter life crisis, but I guess it can kind of just like bleed into like other ages. I feel like I had a quarter life crisis prior to 25. I feel like I had it at like 22 or 23. It's normal. You're going to go through those moments where you're like, what am I doing with my life? Why am I not married? Why don't I have kids? And it's super normal. And just allow yourself to feel those things, and then remind yourself that everything is done in your own timeline, and other people, you don't know what they go through in life. Like anytime that I wish, which this is very rare, but let's just say for a split moment, I wish that I was married and had kids because I saw someone else's life. I always say to myself, like, you don't know their life and you don't know what they've put up with. And I'm not trying to negative their experience. I'm just saying that things will happen in the time that works for you according to God. And that is what I always tell myself, that there's a reason why I don't have the things that I've maybe always wanted. And I also tell myself that I can't have everything I've ever wanted in life all at once. I have my dream job, my dream dogs, my house. Like I have a lot. I have a lot of things right now. I can't have it all at once, and that's okay. And I just tell myself that. And I think it makes me more grateful, and it allows me to just kind of relax and enjoy the ride, because I think in life we're always trying to get to the next thing, and then we forget to enjoy the thing that we're currently in. So I'm trying to learn that. As much as I would love to be married right now and have kids, I'll be there one day, I'll get there one day, and as of right now, I'm just chilling and relaxing. So do that constant reminder talk with yourself, and I think you'll feel a lot better when you kind of look at it from that perspective. How do you make your home a sanctuary for yourself? Materials, cleaning, mindset. So this is super important for me because I do work from home. I think it's super important that my house feels good to me, and what keeps my house feeling like a home to me is literally doing things in my house that work for me, not because it's an aesthetic or a mood, but because it makes me happy. I have a comfy couch. I have a big TV. I have the candles and the ambiance and the vibe that I want, and all of the little things that make me feel like I love my home. So make your home and dress it to your liking and not to an aesthetic that you think you want, to actually what makes you feel comfortable. I think for me, like, I like light colors. Like as much as I love color and I love like pinks and greens and blues, like I wasn't going to paint my walls that because I knew it wasn't going to make me happy in the long run. So I made my whole house like white and beige because I knew it would be sustainable throughout all the seasons and I was going to love it, and that it was going to make me feel motivated and happy and just good. And it does. My house is super bright all the time. Like even right now when it's super cloudy, it's still pretty bright in here in comparison to like if this whole room was like dark gray. So I kind of know that. And then when it pertains to cleaning, I always make sure my house smells good and that I'm cleaning my house, pretty much every week so that it just smells nice and looks good. And that's what's important to me. So that's kind of how I keep my house a sanctuary. And it's really important that I do that because I really just love my home so much. And I work here, live here, hang out here, and it's like the whole vibe needs to be together. All right, the last question is how to stop comparing yourself to others and feeling like you are not enough. Something that I always told myself was that you can't trade bodies with anyone. You literally are going to be stuck with yourself forever. So if you know that fact, then why even bother punishing yourself for the rest of your life? It is so important that you practice self-love and self-care. What are the things about you that you love and you like, and expand off of that? You're never going to be that person, and that person has insecurities too. Like, you don't know the ins and the outs of their life, and you don't know what they go through. And when I always look at it from that perspective, I love myself more and more. There's so many things that I could want to change about myself or wish I had, but I gave that up a long time ago when I realized that I'm never going to be someone else. Literally ever. So when you know that, always just work on you and bettering yourself. And then you'll never, ever, ever be worried. You'll never be worried about, oh, but I wish, and you don't. I never think to myself, I wish I was someone else. I don't, because I don't know what kind of set of problems that person has. And I've worked on myself so much that I love who I am. All my flaws and everything in between, the good, the bad, the indifferent, I love it all. And that's something that I find really special about myself. So I hope that helps you guys. Okay, guys, so that is the end of the Q&A. If you guys have any other questions, leave them down below in the comments and I maybe will answer them. But head over to my Instagram if you guys want a private one-on-one consult with me, because I'm going to be doing some new consults and I'm really excited. I'm bringing back hygiene and self-care videos, so don't worry, I'm bringing those back. I just wanted to get this out of the way for August and pretty much conclude my Q&As for the summer. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I love you guys so much. Thank you again, Green Chef, for sponsoring today's video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone. Mwah.